Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about Seoul Metro. And my name is Ibrahim Abdullah from Uzbekistan, majored in hospitality and tourism management at Seoul University. And here's the context of my project, including team interaction, literature review, reason of choice, statistics, locations, physical environment, history and culture background, segmentation for peace, SWOT analysis, comparison, and survival during the COVID-19. Moving to next slide is about group name. Group name is single because I am alone. Always I prefer to work alone because it's very difficult to match others' thinking and their style. And another one is I'm very busy with my work, and also it's also difficult to match my group mates' style. Starting with literature review, I took literature review from Google Scholars. It is about shopping malls in transit stations of Dubai Metro, and this researchers try to understand how to develop attractiveness of public transportation, and they used some kind of methods to analyze importance of shopping malls for attractiveness of public transportation by asking opinion of passengers. Next one is about Shenzhen metro system. They try to find out new ways to travel during the holiday, and they created some kind of destination reachable by metro and creating guideline of that. Here's the reasons why I choose Seoul Metro, because it's biggest in the world in terms of several aspects. It's my daily use also. Every time when I go out, I definitely use Seoul Metro. And also it's very effective and efficient in most situations because it has stations in every kilometers. And next one is about statistics of Seoul metro system in the marketplace. As you can see from the graph, in 1971, buses made up 74% of total transportation in Seoul. But after implementation of underground, it increased share continuously and took the domination in 1997. And it grows dramatically during the decades. In 2012, it took around 40% of share in the Seoul market. And nowadays, it took more than 65% of the share in total. And next slide is about location. If you want to visit there, you can go to 346 Cheongdo-deoro, Yongdae-dong, and Seongdong-gu in Seoul. And here's the telephone numbers and websites if you need any information about Seoul Metro. As you can see here, it is for starter. Next one is about history and background. The world's first underground train, established in London, in UK, in 1863. It was a steam train, and it goes along 3 kilometers only. And after the World War I, in Budapest, Hungary, in 1896, they built the underground system. And in Vienna, in 1898, Paris in 1900, and the USA in 1901, and Berlin in 1902. And the first metro in the Seoul built on August 15, 1974. It begins with only one line and 9 stops. You could travel about 7.8 kilometers from Seoul Station to Cheongnyang Station. But today, it has 23 official subway lines and more than 300 stops, reaching every corner of Seoul metropolitan area. As February 26, 2014, trains have carried 40 billion people over a total distance of 1.22 billion kilometers. It is equivalent to 25,550 trips around the Earth. And Seoul subway system is the most used public transportation system in Korea, being used by about 1/3 of the city's population and by an average of 7.24 million people per day. Next slide is about 10 reasons why Seoul Metro is the best one in the world, including heated system. If you see most of you know the metro cars, you sit down before, I think, all of you guys. And when you enter the car, you can see it on the heated seat. It's not cold because it has heating system under the chairs. And metro, and the next one is internet connection. When you enter the station, you can use free internet. And the next one is screen. Every stations provided with screens, which give information about which station and next station and how many minutes it takes for arrival of car. And next one is nice and comfortable. And next one is nice and comfy because it's very wide inside of the cars, and you can turn around. You can see it freely on the seats. If you see most of the train systems around the world, they are very narrow. And if the busy times, you cannot turn around, and you have to stand up during the travel. And the next one is multi-language announcements. Every station in 2 languages, Korean and English. In English, they announce the name of the station and the next station and a location of doors, left or right. And next one is new and clean stations, because most of the stations are very clean because tons of people work for the cleanness of stations and cars. And the next one is safety doors. If you see many of the train systems around the world, there is no safety doors. And in Seoul Metro, every station provided with safety doors. And it keeps people from falling down the railway, and it keeps the sound of the train. And it works for face recognition system when it opens the doors at the same time with cars. And the next one is shopping. Inside of the stations, there are so many shops. You can shop there for clothing shop or eating stuff, something like that. And the next one is price. Price also very affordable. And next one is line number 2, because it travels around the most visited place in Korea, in Seoul. All of them are tourism spots. Next slide is about Seoul Metro theme. And this theme started by Park Won-sun, Seoul mayor, initiated Laura theme metro car starting from 1st of November 2014. One Laura theme on the line 2, Green Line, is the first stop at Sindorm Station or the City Hall Station. If you haven't experienced with this, you can travel. And it runs every day, completing 8 circles each day, and 7 on the national holidays and Sundays. And it includes 10 cars. All of them are painted with the theme of Laura. If you don't know Laura, Laura is an animated comedy cartoon created by Tuba Entertainment in Seoul. First aired in the year of 2011. It's very famous for young children in Korea, showcasing Chu Laura as its main character, and it's very popular of many viewers. And here is the special physical environments. First one is elevator. Most of the stations provided with elevators, 2 sides, going up and going down. And the next one is a waiting hall, provided so many chairs to wait the trains. And next one is interior of the cars. There are four doors, every cars. And inside of the cars, there are places for pregnant and old persons. And first cars of the And in the next picture, you can see interior of the cars, and all of the cars are provided with 4 doors each side, and all of them are 8. And there are doors which is connecting to next car, and all of the cars provided with a place for old people and pregnant people. And first and last of the cars provided with places for cycles. If you have cycle, you can use first and last cars. And next picture is about gate of the station. On the top of the gate, you can see the name of the station and the number of entrance. And it is written down in Korean and English and Chinese also. Chinese and Japanese also. In the next slide, I'm going to talk about Seoul Subway Farm. It is opened just last year at the Sangdo station. It is initiated by the Seoul Mayor Kim Won-sun and his Farm 8 company. It's covering 394 square meters. And it also divided 4 spaces for separate zones. And fully high-tech control system is provided for farming. And there is a main faculty and glassed in. All of the vertical farms are covered with mirrors, with glasses, and as a self-contained smart farm in a shipping containers. And there's another some special parts for education space for children from the around the Korea. Biology students coming to learn how to do subway farm. And there are some outlets where produced products can be sold, and you can buy there fresh vegetables. And next one is about segmentation. If we talk about segmentation of Seoul Metro, actually there is no any particular segment. It serves for everyone, who wants to move around the Seoul. And it's mainly considered about low-income people who has no private cars, and from child to old, and from pregnant to disabled people. Everyone can use, and it's priced very affordable for everyone. Next slide is about 4 P's of Seoul Metro. I think for product, it's very cheap and comfortable transportation system service as they provide as a product, and it's very easy to access. And Sim Tower can be a kind of promotion for them, listing historical spots which are reachable by underground, and most of them are touristic spots, including shops, historical and traditional places. And price also very cheap and sustainable price. Basic fare is 1,250 won up to 10 kilometers. There are some kind of additional fare, additional money after 10 kilometers and to 50 kilometers. Additional fare is about 100 won per 5 kilometers. After over 50 kilometers, additional fee, another additional 100 per 8 kilometers. The next one is place. The Seoul Metro Place is whole of the Seoul. and there are 23 lines cover full part of Seoul like a map, and there are metro stations in every kilometers. You can use them. Next slide is about SWOT analysis. Dominance of Seoul Metro in the market can be a good strength, and the facilities. There are so many facilities which is not available for in the bus stops, which are toilets, shops, and markets. And next one is about fitness. I think there's no kind of fitnesses, I think, but I found out some very important points here. Only cash can be received when you are recharging your card. There is no option for any debit cards to recharge your T-Money cards. You have to use only cash when you are recharging your T-Money card. And next one is sightseeing. There is no sightseeing because most of the part of Seoul Metro is located under the earth. You cannot see around Seoul. And next one is about opportunity. Seasonal climate change can be a kind of opportunity for Seoul Metro system compared to bus system, because in winter it's very cold. Bus stops are very cold, and it's very uncomfortable to wait the buses. But Seoul Metro stations are provided with heating system and also cooling system in the summer. Next one is trade. I think trade is only one I found. Using most of the people pay their fare, but some kind of people, if they don't have money, they can use without paying fare, because it's very easy to cross the paying system. And next one is about comparison. I compared Seoul Metro with our Uzbekistan Tashkent Metro. If we see the price, it's relatively similar numbers, but it differs very far because of currency difference. In Tashkent Metro, you can use one trip ticket for 1,200 song. It's around Chonon. Not Chonon. It's about 101, and it begins in November 60. It begins operation on 60 November 1977 after 3 years of Seoul Metro, and number of the lines are 3. Compared to Seoul Metro, it's 23. It's comparatively very small, and the number of stations are 38 in Tashkent Metro, and compared to Seoul Metro, it consists of 728 stations. Here's a picture of Uzbekistan Metro stations. Before the last 2 years, there was no allowance to take a picture. Why, I don't know. And most of the stations are named by the name of ancestor of Uzbekistan, and most of the stations are decorated with according to the name of the station. This picture is cosmonauts station, and as you can see here, some of the features are related to cosmonauts. Here is another picture. Two sides. There is no any kind of screen here, and there is no any kind of safety doors, and there is no any kind of shops there. Also, only trains. You can buy tickets and just go somewhere. Any kind of entertainment are not available in the stations. And the next slide is about COVID-19. The Seoul Metro system are rescuing passengers. They're talking about free COVID-19 trains, and here is the statistics. As there are only 7 patients who were used subway, and they're promoting their service because of this statistic. And next one, they are providing hand sanitizers in special places, especially in toilets. And also they are using voice reminders to wear masks and to keep distance in 4 languages, including Korean, English, Japanese, and Chinese. Here is the reference, and this is the end of my presentation. Thank you all of you guys. Thank you for your listening, and thank you for your professor also.